I think you've also noticed these scams in the past couple of years. You can mostly see these on the comment section of different social media sites. Somehow quite annoying. Scammers and bots are attempting to rob you of your hard-earned money, and we hope no one has fallen for it. This is a method of persuading people to disclose personal information. Welcome to Luxsio. In today's video, we'll check out the greatest scams in history. Some of these you won't even imagine could happen in real life. But before we dive in, click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on more of our awesome videos. First on our list at number 10, Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff was a money manager who ran the world's largest Ponzi scheme, stealing billions of dollars from thousands of investors for 17 years. Madoff used a single bank account to deposit money from new investors and pay those who wanted to cash out. His profits were good but not spectacular, and his Wall Street reputation made him appear trustworthy. When the market crashed in 2008, he was unable to repay the investors and the plan was exposed. In fact, it was his two sons who reported him to the police. Number 9. The Wolf of Wall Street. Jordan Belfort can explain how a pump and dump technique works if you don't know it. He made a fortune with his investment firm by tricking gullible investors into buying penny stocks at a higher price. This is accomplished by artificially inflating the price of a stock by overhyping it and then dumping all of its shares. Belfort is said to have scammed over 1,500 individual investors out of over $200 million. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison and had to pay a fine. Surprisingly, he's now a motivational speaker. Number 8. The Fire Festival. This was meant to be a lavish music festival on an island in the Bahamas. It was also known as the greatest party that never happened. Many Instagram celebrities like Kendall Jenner and Bella Hadid helped advertise the event. Many of them did not reveal that they were paid to do so. The festival was organized by Ja Rule and Billy McFarland to promote a music booking software, but when they understood what they were trying to do with the budget and time limit available, they were crushed. Everything that might go wrong did, but the organizers didn't tell festival goers about it and proceeded on with their preparations as if nothing was wrong. People were greeted with surprise when they got on the island, which was not even near to the paradise. Tents were used instead of villas, and packaged plain cheese sandwiches were served instead of gourmet food. None of the acts on the list showed up. It was a total failure. In 2018, the event's organizers pled guilty to fraud. Number 7. Victor Lustig, the man who stole the Eiffel Tower. During its construction, the Eiffel Tower became the world's tallest man-made structure, a record retained for 41 years. However, there was a major issue after it was completed. The tower was simply too costly to maintain. It quickly degraded, and the public was not fond of it, which inspired Victor Lustig, a seasoned con artist. He held a covert meeting with a limited group of scrap traders to sell the Eiffel Tower. The concept was that the city had chosen to demolish the tower and sell it for scrap, but they wanted to do so quietly to avoid attracting too much attention. It also worked with one of the dealers who paid a premium to get a spot in the auction. Lustig escaped to Austria with the money. He also assumed that the scrap merchant would be too embarrassed to confess, which turned out to be correct. So he returned to Paris after a while and sold the Eiffel Tower to a new gang of junk traders. The police were alerted for the swindle this time, and he was forced to leave for the United States. Selling a national treasure may seem absurd, yet George Parker sold the Brooklyn Bridge to unsuspecting immigrants several times. Number 6. The Big Daddy Ape Club Rug Pull. Before investing in NFTs, do your homework before joining the movement. People think NFTs are frauds, and they're probably right around 80% of the time. About 100 people are trying to replicate and steal from every legitimately successful project. The Big Daddy Ape Club was advertised as a set of 2222 ape-themed NFTs issued on the Solana blockchain. They were even checked out by a civic pass. The main issue was that there were no NFTs, thus people were paying SOL, the Solana coin, but receiving nothing in return. A total of 9,136 SOL, about $1.3 million, was spent at that time. The developer simply collected the coins and walked away. Based on blockchain transactions, the investigation determined that this was the third time the inventor attempted to scam individuals. Rug pulls are far too common in the crypto sector, and money will be lost until people become knowledgeable, so do your homework beforehand. Number 5. William Thompson, the social con man. Have you ever wondered what the term con man meant? The phrase confidence man was used by the New York Herald in 1849 to announce William Thompson's arrest. Human nature, as we indicated at the outset, is the most serious fault in any system. Even though he did not steal millions from his victims, his social engineering talents make him a worthy addition to the list. His method of operation was fairly straightforward. He would dress up as a wealthy man and approach individuals as if they were acquaintances. Most individuals went along with it, since they didn't want to be embarrassed by neglecting someone. William would pose a simple question after gaining their trust. "Do you trust me with your watch until tomorrow?" he asked, and a startling number of individuals responded yes. In the 1800s, New York was a different place. Williams spent months snatching watches before being caught. Number 4. The Squid Game rug pull. Let's talk about a traditional rug pull scheme while we're on the subject of crypto. Play to earn are games you can play in exchange for a certain coin, which can then be sold on several exchanges. You couldn't withdraw the coins in this scenario though. Despite this, individuals bought it in the hopes of catching the next Dogecoin. In just a few days, a $300 investment in Squid Coin turned into a little shy of $1 million. Everything came down in 10 minutes, with the founder selling everything and then vanished. We're not sure how anyone could fall for this one, but it did happen, and a total of $3.3 million was stolen. How did this one turn out? Some people have become millionaires overnight thanks to the emergence of meme cryptocurrencies like the Shiba Inu coin. It's difficult not to fantasize about catching the next hype train, which runs at breakneck speed. That is exactly what occurred with the Squid coin. It appeared to be a scheme to gain cryptocurrencies based on an immensely popular Netflix Squid Game show. Number 3. Alvis DOS Raise, the original money heist. This is possibly the most daring story we have today. DOS Rise established an entire nation by counterfeiting so much money. He managed to persuade a licensed printer of Portuguese currency to develop a special badge for him for the sake of reviving Angola's economy. At the time, Angola was a Portuguese colony, and their currencies were equivalent. He forged a letter from the governor of the Bank of Portugal authorizing the entire transaction, and the con started. To effectively launder the money, Alvis founded a new bank from the ground up with the sole intention of distributing counterfeit money to the general public, and it worked for a while. Alvis' bogus money accounted for over 5,000 of Portugal's GDP. It worked so well that Alvis decided to purchase shares in the Bank of Portugal to further legitimize his operation. The only reason anyone figured out something was wrong was that Alvis' bank was performing so well in comparison to other banks. Number 2. OneCoin, the biggest crypto scam to date. Ruja Ignatova started OneCoin in 2014, which appeared to be another cryptocurrency that you could reportedly mint and use to make payments. They had their own wallet too. The only issue was that there was no blockchain behind it. In the MLM format, the company primarily sold educational material for trading. The course purchasers would be given tokens that could be used to mine currencies. The only way to withdraw those currencies, however, was through their own exchanges, which inexplicably closed down in 2017. Together with a staggering $4 billion, Ignatova vanished, and she is still missing up to this day. This brings us now to the last on our list, the patriarch of the pyramid scheme, Charles Ponzi. He is credited with establishing the most well-known money laundering operation in history. The split is simple. He guaranteed investors a 50% profit in 45 days and a 100% profit in 90 days if they invested. He was initially a man of his word, returning the promised sum. It wasn't long before people were practically begging him to take their money. But there's a catch. No money was made. Investor A was being paid with money from investor B, and so on. If you continue the scheme long enough, you'll achieve a critical mass where you'll be able to grab all of the money. This is what Charles Ponzi intended to achieve until the fraud was discovered. It's simple, effective, and has been used by many individuals throughout history. Although the Ponzi scam is named after him, he did not invent it. Sarah Ho was conducting a similar business called the Ladies' Deposit in the 1870s. Which was designed to assist women in investing their money. So, what did we learn from this experience? Nothing, to be precise. In 2019, law enforcement in the United States discovered 60 large Ponzi schemes. The main reason this works is because of the FOMO, or fear of missing out. People observe others making large earnings and don't want to miss out on the opportunity. Do you know any unbelievable scams in history you think you could belong to this list? Share them in the comments. Thank you for supporting us. If you haven't yet, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and valuable content like this. We'll see you in the next video.